Hey there, fellow pet enthusiasts. Welcome back to Bark Buddy TV. Today, we've got a super important topic lined up that needs your full focus. We're shining a light on a part of pet healthcare that doesn't get enough attention. This episode is all about the stuff your adorable dog shouldn't eat, because some foods that seem harmless to us could be dangerous for them. Remember, better safe than sorry.
Nom nom.
Keep your best buddies safe by keeping these foods off their menu. First up, we got chocolate.
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir. With or without nuts.
Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate!
This melt-in-your-mouth goodness that we all love to bits isn't exactly a friend to our pooch pals. While we totally dig the lush, dreamy taste of this yummy treat for dogs, it's a bit of a nightmare. Hidden in all that deliciousness is this thingy called theobromine, which is pretty much a no-no for dogs. If they chow down on it, they could end up with all sorts of health problems from not so bad to super serious. We're talking heart issues, muscle shakes, and, in the dodgiest of situations, even fits. It can really wreck their health. So while chocolate might seem like a harmless bit of joy for us, for our fur babies, it could mean big trouble. Next, we're talking about grapes and raisins. You might see them as just your everyday fruits, but they're like a hidden minefield for our doggy pals. Doesn't matter if it's a tiny terrier or a massive mastiff, all dogs are in the danger zone when it comes to these fruits. Even a little nibble can set off a major health scare. This can quickly blow up into serious kidney problems. Yeah, scary, right? This isn't something to brush off. It's usually a real game-over situation, leaving many dog owners in tears. So, remember, even a little grape can pack a big punch for your pup. Next up, we've got onions and garlic. Those everyday superheroes you can find in pretty much any kitchen on the planet. They're not just for cooking, you know. They're like the secret sauce in a ton of tasty dishes. These bad boys can really jazz up your meal, lending it a whole new level of flavor. But here's the kicker. They're not so great for our four-legged pals.
You can't have it.
Yes, you heard it right. These harmless-looking kitchen essentials can seriously mess with a dog's red blood cells. This could lead to anemia, a pretty serious health issue that could even be deadly. And it doesn't matter how they're served up raw, cooked, or even powdered, they're bad news. So no matter how much your dog gives you those puppy eyes, don't give in. Sharing your onion or garlic-loaded dinner with your pooch is a solid no-no. Next up, we've got caffeine. Just like chocolate, caffeine is like a turbo boost that dogs find super tough to handle. You know, the stuff in your morning cup of joe or your afternoon tea. It just doesn't play nice with a dog's body. When our furry buddies get a taste, caffeine sets off a whole fireworks show of nasty reactions. And no, we're not just talking about a bit of a tummy ache here. We're looking at some serious stuff. It can make your dog hyperactive, cause them to pant like they've run a marathon, stir up heartbeats so fast it's scary, and even cause their muscles to shake. This is because dogs can't break down caffeine the way we do, so they get hit hard with these symptoms. So, caffeine for dogs is a big nope. It's a health hazard that can get real serious real fast. Might even be a matter of life and death. Moving on to point 5, we're chatting about booze.
No beer, make home, or something.
You gotta know that even the tiniest amounts of this stuff can be really bad for your dog's health, especially hitting their liver and brain hard. This can stir up some serious issues, messing with the regular working of these important organs. When it comes to dogs, alcohol is a big no-no, sparking a bunch of scary symptoms. These often include things like making your dog throw up, trouble in catching their breath, and if it gets really bad, your dog might even end up in a coma. Alright, let's chat about this thing called xylitol. Ever heard of it? Well, it's a sweetener that's often used instead of sugar, and you can find it in a bunch of sugar-free stuff. It's in all sorts of products like chewing gum and even some candies. And would you believe, it's even in some types of toothpaste. Crazy, right? But here's the kicker. While it may seem like just another sweetener to us, for our furry dog buddies, it's really bad news. Even a little bit can do some serious harm. The main issue is it can make a dog's sugar levels drop super fast. This is called hypoglycemia. This quick drop can cause all sorts of problems like making them lose their balance, throw up, or even have seizures. If it's not treated, it can mess up their liver big time, which can even be deadly. So that's why xylitol is a no-go for dogs, as it can lead to liver failure. Next on our naughty list of foods for our furry pals is raw dough. You know that squishy mix of flour and water that hasn't hit the oven yet? Yeah, it's often used for making things like bread, pizzas, or sweet treats. Even though it seems totally harmless, trust me, it's a no-go for dogs. When your pup munches on raw dough, the yeast gets busy and starts to ferment. While it's doing its thing, it creates alcohol and carbon dioxide. This is where things get tricky. The dough could actually start to puff up inside your dog's tummy. This leads to all sorts of problems like tummy trouble from bloating. Things can get worse fast with way too much gas buildup, which could even cause a really nasty condition where the dog's stomach twists on itself. This is super painful for your buddy, and if it's not handled ASAP, it could lead to some really bad stuff. So next up, we've got macadamia nuts. These beauties hail from down under, but people all over the globe just can't get enough of their rich, buttery goodness. Not only do they taste great, but they pack a serious nutritional punch too. You can find them in everything from a roasted snack mix to fancy desserts. And they've even made their way into skincare products. But as good as they are for us, they're really not cool for our furry pals. Eating these tasty treats can make dogs super sick. Even a small amount can do some real damage. If a dog has had a few, you might notice that they're feeling weak, throwing up, and having trouble walking. So, if you're a pet parent, it's super important to keep these nuts out of Paw's reach. A few nibbles can turn into a big problem for dogs, with symptoms like feeling weak, throwing up, and trouble walking. To wrap things up, it's so easy to want to share our munchies with our four-legged buddies, right? But don't forget, some foods don't agree with them at all. What we think of as harmless nibbles can be super toxic for our doggy best friends. So to keep out of harm's way, be super careful about what goodies you're feeding your dogs. Usual stuff we have at home like chocolate, grapes, raisins, onions, garlic, caffeine, alcohol, xylitol, raw dough, and macadamia nuts are a definite no-no. They're pretty bad for their health and can sometimes be a total disaster. It's easy to forget, but dogs have a totally different digestive system and react in a different way to certain foods. If you're ever in two minds about giving a certain food to your dog, just give your vet a ring.
Please call a doctor.
If you're still play it safe, better safe than sorry, right? Thanks for watching our video. Always remember, a healthy dog is a happy dog. Please hit the like button and follow us for more cool and handy tips on how to look after your furry best friends. See ya!